What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Elphino. Elphino is what happens when you get an elephant and a rhino and you combine it in Vegas and you get $100,000 in debt. All right, first things first. As of right now of filming this, our special guest is confirmed. Film on February 21st. Hopefully I'll get that out to you by the end of the month. She was a regular on the show for quite some time. We're going to kind of dive into everything that you guys want to know. So if there are specific questions maybe you want to ask, go ahead and leave that into the comments. But otherwise, let's talk about Elphino. $100,000 in debt. Where are they now? In Vegas. So Jon, the owner of Elphino, who thought this was a great name for a bar, thought it would be a great joke, opened a bar with Casey back in 2017.
I didn't feel appreciated and I felt like you didn't want my help.
Remember this show for a number of reasons. They used bags of ice because their ice maker didn't work. They had something like 27 bars on tap and only 3 of the taps worked. And also they had a kitchen space that Jon and Casey, who was a manager at the time, couldn't really afford to open the kitchen. So they leased it out.
What the heck is going on?
That's Pretzels. He used to actually offer nachos. A huge kitchen. Wow. It's not being utilized at all. He leased it out to somebody who was going to utilize it for catering. Hasn't had any food come out of it since he leased it to her.
But Jon felt that that person wasn't the best, so they never even opened up the kitchen at the time of this episode. So because Casey quit and Jon, doing his recon, wanted to hire Casey back to do the recon with him since she knows the bar very, very well. They served all their drinks in mason jars. Served all their drink in mason jars. The Long Island iced tea was pre-made.
So you want me to use our batched Long Island?
It's exactly the same. Just gotta sell it.
You don't have any idea how embarrassing that is.
Which supposedly tasted like formaldehyde, according to Jon's expert, Derek.
How does a mason jar fit this building?
He felt that it was more the style of the bar.
So they told me they make Long Island iced teas really good. So I ordered one. They made it. It tastes terrible. It tastes like formaldehyde.
And the bar had just a ton of issues. Casey left also because every time she had an idea, Jon, the bar owner, not Jon Taffer, Jon, the bar owner, pushed back on it and was pretty negative. Jon Taffer, on the other hand, noted that since Casey left, bar numbers have went. Jon's first order of business was to repair the relationship between Jon, the bar owner, and his former friend and manager, Casey, especially since Casey was the one that really helped out the bar. Jon knew this. Both Jons knew this. But Jon, the bar owner, really knew this. So to his credit, he did apologize for being an asshole.
You become an asshole? Too often?
Yeah.
Is that you, or is that the pressure?
You're not an ass.
And for being negative and shooting down all her ideas. So they wanted to repair that relationship, and he promised to listen to her ideas in order to get her back. So they go into stress tests. Of course, they fail. Typical stress test, blah, blah, blah. However, Jon did send one of the employees home because she had a bad attitude. Jon Taffer also wanted to learn more about the kitchen and what the situation was like there. So the person who leased, or was the leasee of the kitchen, I guess, revealed that the kitchen was not in working order. However, she agreed to receive the kitchen in the way it was as is. And so both sides argued amongst each other. And Jon Taffer and Jon bar owner decided that it is best to separate ways. So Jon Taffer decided to bring in food trucks, which, comment down below. Now, what do you guys feel about food trucks at bars? I've been to a few of them out in the Bay Area. Sometimes it's good, sometimes not so good. I prefer my bar just to be a bar, but maybe I am in the minority on that. All right, now we're going to get into the good stuff, which you guys are all here for. So what happened to Bar Elphino? First off, Jon Taffer renamed it Shattered, which I actually kind of like if you understand the meaning. So Shattered was created because of shattered dreams. And you can rebuild your dreams and have a profitable bar. So they went on to operate under Shattered. Remember, Jon bought this bar in 2017, so it went downhill pretty quickly. By October 2018, Shattered was closed. That Bar Rescue episode of Shattered actually filmed in February 2018. So it filmed in February. It closed in October. Jon, a bar owner, went on a rant. Jon, a bar owner, claims that part of the agreement to be on the show, the episode would have aired 8 to 10 weeks after filming. So if it was filmed in February, that would put it about 2 months later that it would air. However, Shattered did not air in 2019, well after what the promise date was supposedly, and well after the bar had closed. So Jon, a bar owner, was very miffed. Jon also alleges that Jon Taffer, or the Bar Rescue crew in episode, did not really do anything that they said they were going to do and focus on their core problems. Jon, bar owner, admits that the business failed because of his planning and his execution, but I guess he didn't really get what he expected and needed out of the show. Which is a good thing we have a special guest come in, because she's going to give us some insight on how things typically work with Bar Rescue. So make sure you subscribe and like this video. Share it with all your Bar Rescue friends. Let's continue. So Jon, bar owner, I guess decided to since open up a coffee shop. Which is surprising though, because what I found, and I'll put some of them up on screen here for you guys, but what I found is Shattered / Elphino, just kind of doing a broad search, had some good reviews. Like we're talking about 4+ stars on Yelp and Google, and not Google, I didn't check Google yet, but Yelp and Facebook. So I'm surprised that kind of how quickly it closed, but it goes to show you how quickly bad business can happen if you don't do what you're supposed to do. According to my research, that building, it looks vacant, but at one time it may have been a bar called Bottoms Up, and or later Ron's Eastside Grill. But when I type in Ron's Eastside Grill, nothing really comes up. I just found one Yelp page with 1-star review, and literally only one review for that address and that business, but I can't find anything else on it. So all my Vegas locals, if you're watching this, go ahead and maybe put it down in the comments of what that place is now, if anything. Other than that, that's the update on Shattered. Shattered Dreams was the truth, as the bar is no longer open. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, especially if you're interested in our special guest that's coming. Otherwise, see you on the next one.